sorry, first of all, is there any question on the
I have
topic?
a not on the topic, no, off topic.
It's a question on the topic.
Yes?
Well, I was gonna say the statement, but it could be a question too. Why are we tied so much into our desires in life? Being that like our goals for monetary, emotional needs. I can't really put it as a question, but what is actually wrong with actually valuing one's own personal life, the importance of this frame, this being we are in our current state? What's wrong with like actually like trying to preserve it?
Well, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong, but we should understand scientifically. Because I am eternal, I can never enjoy that which is temporary. So it goes against my own interest to work for something that I cannot enjoy.
But you can work in a beautiful garden and enjoy the smell of flowers.
What is enjoyment, first of all? For example, I put you in a beautiful garden. I give you everything you like, everything you ever dreamed of.
Apples,
I'll give you,
oranges, peaches.
not just that, but even like I bring Michael Jackson or whoever your, you know, famous
guy.
personality you always wanted to meet. I'm gonna bring him there. Everything you ever wished for,
Okay.
you have it there. You enjoy it.
Yep.
Under one condition, that after 1 hour I come and I shoot you.
Okay.
Would you enjoy it?
Yes, I would. I'd enjoy it very much.
You would enjoy it.
Yeah. I do my best to enjoy all I can before you come by and shoot me.
Okay, but wouldn't you want to enjoy it forever?
No, not me.
You would like to.
I wouldn't want to enjoy it forever because it wouldn't be enjoyable after that point. The reason why things are so enjoyable is because
Changing.
they're unique in its particular state.
Yes, that's why I ask, what is enjoyment? You know?
Enjoyment is appreciating the moment for what it is. That's going to be temporary and so, at the same time, even so finite, but yet so epically precious because the very moment of experience, the now, you know.
Mhm. Yes, but now is not temporary. When you say now, that is not temporary.
I think it's both temporary and
Temporary
infinite.
has the beginning and end.
Well,
But
That is
now
temporary.
is forever.
Now is forever. Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
So see, this is real enjoyment, and you want the eternal. You want the eternal, just like you can observe this that we want to have eternal situation, permanent situation. Like for example, we have rented this apartment. Now, if the landlord comes right now and he's gonna say, "Okay, now you get out right now. Take all your stuff and get out. Otherwise, I'm gonna call police or something." It's gonna be a big disturbance, right? You want to have a permanent place, apartment, a lease. You sign a lease so that you can do your activities in peace.
And that's why we should enjoy every moment because we might lose it.
Yes, but if you're not in the moment, if your mind is always in the past or in the future, you are not actually enjoying. You know, you might be, for example, you might be taking foodstuff, delicious food. You might go to some wonderful restaurant and you order the best food, most expensive, and so on, so on.
Yep.
And you're eating it, but actually, someone died. Your father or mother died. You know, very grievous thing. You're eating the food, but with your mind, you're always contemplating about your mom or dad, and you're really not there.
You're not enjoying.
You're not enjoying actually, because you're not there.
Okay.
You see? So when we speak of real enjoyment, it is the enjoyment which never stops. It is eternal enjoyment.
With Krishna.
With Krishna, that's right. And what we're trying to do here is that we want to have that eternal pleasure
Yep.
through the means of matter. And that's why we can never enjoy one material thing forever. There's a saturation point. We want varieties, you know?
Yeah.
If I say that now you sit here for the next 50 years
I mean,
in this
for
same
now.
position, you're just gonna go crazy.
Right.
right? Because we want varieties.
Exactly.
We want varieties. But matter, sorry, I just finished this thought. Matter is temporary, and that's why we constantly frustrated and constantly changing our situation.
Yeah, but
and
that's what causes growth in the system and change. Because the thing is that, like, I believe, like, the reason why, when we talk about humanity here, is the reason why we actually have desires and the propensity to value life so much, or the value of destruction of other forces, is because, well, not because, I'm not going to say I do know particularly, but this is an assumption. That is that I think it's because we have an idea of what's ideal, what isn't ideal.
That's right.
Every human being has different
Yes.
perceptions of what's ideal and not ideal.
Yes, yes.
And I think that when we're talking about Krishna consciousness, it's a good example of how the underlying theme is either love or destruction, you know, or love and fear, more particularly.
Mhm.
And the idea of the Krishna consciousness is more like a form of love. And the reason why we're trying to tap into this love is to overcome our fears. But the only way we can overcome our fears is by facing them in the first place. And I think the only way we can do that is by experiencing life in different lifetimes, to overcome these fears in each lifetime, to basically become a better engine for Krishna. Right?
Not necessarily.
But like we do, but we
Not
do have
necessarily.
mistakes though.
Not necessarily, because if you say like this, yeah, it is so. In one sense, it is so. We're going through many experiences and we're learning the hard way.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like the two go simultaneously. At the same time, Krishna himself comes here and he tells us the answer. You know, which brings us back to the introductory discussion we had. There are two ways how to acquire knowledge: the descending process and the ascending, the experimental way, or taking the knowledge from the authority.
Right.
You know, ultimately, actually, we going through both, because even if you accept the authority, you have to realize through experience what is the meaning of what the authority says.
I completely agree.
So they go simultaneously, but sometimes we get confused. We think that my limited perception is the absolute, and vice versa. We think that what God says is relative. You know, many people think that many times people say when we distribute books on the street, we tell them this is a book about God, you know, and they say, which God? So that question actually exposes that they don't understand who God is.
Right.
Because God is the absolute supreme.
It's an underlying theme that no religion could ever break out of. It's actually,
Yes.
regardless what religion you basically wave, in the end is always the same force, the same basic precepts are basically in all of these religions, you know?
Aren't
Yes.
they Hindus?
Yeah. And the thing I never understood was, I mean, actually I'm not gonna get into that, it's a whole different topic. Let's stay out of
Anyway,
that
just
now.
so I bring it back to what you were asking. There's a value in a material when we use it for Krishna. So, as opposed to the impersonalist school of thought, they say that everything is Maya and it should be denied. We don't say like that. We say that the body and material things can be utilized in Krishna's service, and then they revive their original spiritual nature. So we don't reject anything, because ultimately even matter is coming from Krishna.
Right.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
But the problem is that because we're accustomed to exploit matter, to enjoy matter unnecessarily, we need to, first of all, there's some level of renunciation needed. And that is why this system of converting material energy into spiritual, we have to accept a spiritual master. We have to accept a spiritual master who guides us, because, you know, we're very much imperfect. We might be thinking I'm using this for Krishna, but actually, you know, what my real motivation is, I want to utilize it for my own sense gratification. It's very tricky, you know. So that's why we need a spiritual master who will help us to distinguish the false ego and the real self. You see? And spiritual master, the word spiritual master actually explains it. He is the master of spirit. He knows how to convert matter into spirit. So the first qualification, the first phase of understanding the Vedic knowledge is to take shelter of such a bona fide spiritual master. Yeah. And
But,
under his guidance, then whatever we do, we can dovetail in Krishna's service. So it becomes spiritual. And the Bhagavad Gita is a wonderful example of that. Arjuna was not a monk. He was a very much a man of the world, engaged in politics and war. He was a politician. He was a soldier, and he wanted to give up his occupational duty. He wanted to go to Himalayas and chant on the beats. But Krishna says, no, don't do that. You continue in your occupation. Simply give the result to me. Dedicate your action to me. Then your action becomes spiritual. It becomes a service to me. Service. So we say that you don't have to give up. If you have some monetary aspiration, you want to earn money, or you want to do something in this world, you don't have to give it up, but do it for Krishna. Do it for Krishna. Dedicate the results so Krishna is served. Then whatever you do becomes spiritualized. Yes, please.
Is Krishna the Christ?
Krishna is the Father,
He's the firstborn Son of God. Right?
and Lord Jesus Christ is the Son
Okay.
of God.
It's not the same.
Krishna is the Father and Lord Jesus Christ is the Son.
Yeah, like Lord Jesus Christ, he says, I am the Son. O Father who are in heaven,
Yep.
hallowed be thy name.
So the Father in heaven is Krishna.
It's Krishna, yes.
What about the name Jehovah? Where does that come from?
The Jehovah, I was asking the other day someone the meaning of the word Jehovah. It means I am that I am.
I am that I am.
So that is not real name. That is not real name. No. If I ask you, hi, my name is Purijit, what is your name? You say, I am who I am. I am that I am.
It's only a realization. It's not a name.
Yeah, it's just like, please don't bother me.
Yeah.
You know?
Could I have met you at Digital Gaza Metro sometime?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, we go there quite often.
I think you tried to sell me a Jita.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I do. Okay, any other questions or comments?
You're talking about not denying material senses, but doesn't that kind of